All right, good morning and welcome to the 2025 Ventus Awards Overview webinar. My name is Melinda Ski, Vice President of Public Affairs, and I'm lead on Oceantic's Ventus Awards. I am joined today, and I will be your host with my colleague, Mindy Arndt. So before we begin, a few housekeeping items. First, this webinar will be recorded, and it will be available on Oceantic's website as well as email to all attendees. Second, we will also hold a Q&A at the end of the webinar, so feel free to pop your questions into the Q&A tab, which is separate from the chat feature, as you think of them, and we will answer them all at the end. So what can you expect from today's webinar? We will provide an overview of the Ventus Awards, the requirements for each, and review the submissions process. We will provide best practices and tricks, and tips, and what you can expect once you've submitted your nominations. A fun fact about the Ventus Awards, if you didn't know, the network's Ventus Awards are named after the essential work that we do, wind. It also refers to the Venti or Roman gods of wind, which represent the directionals of north, south, east, and west. New this year, I wanted to call your attention to the fact that we have broadened the nominations for Ventus Awards categories to reflect the evolution of Oceantic's mission, vision, and our membership, which we rebranded and expanded last November. As such, the new tagline will change from honoring excellence in offshore wind to honoring excellence in ocean renewables. So what falls under or within ocean renewables for the subject of the Ventus Awards? Ocean renewables technology includes wave and tidal, floating and fixed solar, energy storage, co-location, and of course, offshore wind. Now, those that are unfamiliar with the Ventus Awards, they are the industry's highest level of professional recognition. So they celebrate the people, companies, organizations, and work worldwide that are ushering in the global adoption of offshore wind energy and now other ocean renewables. So in other words, we are honoring the people, the companies, and organizations that embody the powerful force of wind and waves to set the industry on course for a new and better future. So be it products, programs, or technology that allow us to harness the waves and the wind to better the lives of those around us through clean energy, a safer environment, and innovative jobs. Of the 11 awards categories, all are open to nominations except for the Hieronymus Award for Outstanding Achievement in Offshore Wind, which is named after Bill Hieronymus, an MIT professor who's known as the father of modern wind energy. Each year, the honoree is chosen from our awards panel. So as I mentioned, 10 award categories are open for nominations. You can see each listed here on the left-hand side. And then along the top, you can quickly scan which awards are open to individuals, groups and teams, companies, academia, and public entities. You can find more information about each of these individual awards and their unique criteria at ventusawards.com. Now I'll go over the 10 awards open to nominations. First, I'll go over the categories now open to offshore wind and other ocean renewables. So the first one is Advancement in Project Siting and Development, which is open to an individual, team, or company. The criteria for this award is that groups, individuals must show that they have developed a technology, a process, or demonstrated immense effort and collaboration to advance or reduce an ocean renewable project development risk, cycle, or timeline. The second one is the Health, Safety, and Environment Program of the Year Award, which we refer to as the HSE Award. It's open to a group, company, or academic institution. The applicants must show that they have successfully implemented a policy or training program within the last year plus, so roughly think Q4 of 2023 to Q4 of 2024. that go above and beyond standard HSE programs, resulting in significant or long-lasting impact within the organization's culture. Think reducing workplace accidents and injuries or increased safety awareness. The next one is the Innovation of the Year Award. This is open to an individual, team, or company, and applicants must show a singular innovation that has or will contribute to the acceleration of offshore wind and other ocean renewables in areas such as health and safety, supply chain process improvement, and more. You can find more details online. Applicants must be able to demonstrate the benefit of the innovation to some sector of the ocean renewables industry. Next is the Next Wave Leadership Award. This category is open to individuals 35 years or younger who have been in the industry less than 10 years. So an ideal candidate for this award is someone who can demonstrate the ability to become an outstanding leader in ocean renewable space and serves as a model to inspire young professionals to have a career in the industry. Next is the Talent Management Leadership Award. This category is open to individuals, companies, or a public entity. An applicant must be able to demonstrate a significant contribution to the offshore renewables profession, including attracting and growing a diverse pipeline of young talent. The next one is the Viterna Award. So this is the last award category within the categories that are open to all ocean renewables. So this is named after NASA scientist Larry Viterna, who along with scientist Bob Corrigan developed the Viterna method, which is the most widely used method to predict wind turbine performance and increase efficiency of turbine output. So it recognizes excellence in engineering that advances offshore wind and now also other ocean renewable energies. This category is open to an individual, a group or team, a company, or an academic institution. And it's very exciting that this year Larry Viterna is actually going to be one of our judges for this category. So now moving into the awards that remain only for offshore wind for 2025. Let's see here. The first one is offshore wind leadership. So this award category is open to a company or public entity, and applicants must be able to exhibit outstanding leadership that benefits growth, development, market maturation that advances the offshore wind industry. The next one is the Offshore Wind Trailblazer Award. This was first introduced last year, and it is only open to individuals. It is meant to recognize an individual that exhibits outstanding leadership in the industry, proven through their ability to bring about industry growth, development, and market maturation. They should also be able to demonstrate an ability to lead cooperation, consensus building, inclusivity, and the ability to coordinate among their peers, as well as various stakeholders to advance the offshore wind industry. Now, these next two awards I grouped together because they are honoring private sector and public sector, while the qualifications for them are similar. So these two Supply Chain Advancements Awards are open to applicants that must demonstrate realistic supply chain goals important to the industry and society, such as investing in localizing the supply chain via facilities, workforce development, or other types of training. So again, the private sector is open to companies, while the public sector is open to public sector entities. So what are the benefits of the awards? There are many benefits to being named a Ventus Awards finalist and a winner. A few include recognition at Oceantic's 2025 IPF conference, speaking opportunities in our programming throughout the year. You can see the beautiful hand-blown glass award to the right that you will also receive. There's also marketing and branding for your company, including an embedded emblem for your website. We see people use it in pitching, applying for grants, as well as a way to put your company forward to stand out among others. Best practices. Each year, one of the top questions that I get is, how do I make my nomination stand out? The first thing I would say is don't procrastinate. We have shortened the submission requirements this year, but it's still something that you cannot put together in a few hours. Of course, I'm sure there will be someone out there that proves me wrong, but for your own sanity, I encourage you to start now. Second, I encourage you to use the nominations template, which you can download at ventusawards.com. And when complete, make sure that you save it as a single PDF and upload it to our CVent portal along with any supporting images, which we will go over the portal in a moment. Next, I understand that this is not a raffle. Having multiple people submit the same application for the same award category will not increase your chances of winning. Instead, we encourage you to coordinate with all parties that may be involved to ensure a comprehensive submission that answers the unique award criteria. Judges are only marking or judging you based on what you've submitted, so they don't go out and use other sources, their personal information, or Google anything. Therefore, it's very important that what you put in there demonstrates the full process. Think from concept, planning, execution, and where applicable, any follow-up data. I always encourage people to think both quantitative and qualitative. I also want to be clear, you can submit something to more than one category, but any duplicate submissions to the same category will be rejected after the first one. Let's see. So now I will turn the time over to my colleague, Mindy, who will walk you through the submission portal. But first, I wanted to let you know that we will be extending the deadline from November 1st to November 10th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So we will be announcing this extension next week, but as a perk for attending this webinar, you're getting the benefit of a little extra breathing room. But again, I say, do not procrastinate. So Mindy, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Melinda. Hang on, I'm just trying to get to my slide here. Someone could advance my slide. That would be great. Perfect. Okay. Each award category has its own unique criteria. Please make sure to check the award-specific guidelines located on each awards page within the Ventus Awards website to ensure you're addressing the specific requirements within your award category. These can be found at the bottom of each award page. For example, this is the guideline snapshot for the Viterna Award for Engineering Excellence. You can see it provides a link to the template, the online submission portal, and 4 bullet points that outline what you need to address and in what format. Next slide. Perfect. When you have selected the award or awards that you would like to apply for, the next step would be to prepare all the needed materials for that submission. As Melinda mentioned, we have provided a submission template to create your submission, which you can download from the website. The format is as follows. The title page, this will include the name of the individual, company, or organization, project name, and project location as applicable. The nomination overview will include the nominated name, nominating name, submitting individual, nominated point of contact, and a short description. This will be the basis for all public messaging for nominations. The executive summary is a brief overview of the project. Explain all factors that exhibit the project's uniqueness and complexity, such as innovative engineering, challenges faced, and overall social impact. You'll notice that for the executive summary, it says a max 500 words. This is just a guideline. If you can say all you need to say in 100 words, don't make it any longer. We're simply providing a cap for those of us that can sometimes be long-winded to ensure succinctness and to help our judges out. The project overview addresses the criteria for the category you are entering. Describe why this project is worthy of special recognition. Entrants may use text, photos, graphics, and organizational charts as needed. Images include a high-resolution headshot or group photo, company logo, and/or any supporting photos. They must be 300 dpi or larger. And lastly, a letter of reference if applicable. If it's easier, you're always welcome to use your own formatting as long as it's uploaded as a single PDF and follows the same organizational flow as the template. I do encourage you to at least use the submission template as the guideline. If you have any questions during this part of the process, please don't hesitate to reach out to Melinda at melinda.ski@oceantic.org. All right, so again, the application materials must be submitted as a single PDF file via the Cvent online portal. A link to the portal can be found in the chat as well as on our 2025 IPF website as seen on the left side of your screen. Once you select the Submit Nomination button on the IPF website, it brings you to the Cvent website you see on the right side of your screen where you'll click Submit Nomination a second time. If you're new to the Cvent portal, you'll be required to create an account to submit your nomination by doing so at the bottom of the pop-up window, then log in. The name you provide when you create your account will auto-populate as the nominating entity. Shown here in the middle of your screen, you will have the option to identify the primary point of contact for the nominated entity and input their information. Below that, you'll select the award category from the drop-down list and then enter the submission title. Finally, select the File Upload button. This is where you'll upload the single PDF application. Keep in mind, once submitted, applications cannot be resubmitted. After you submit your nomination through the portal, you'll receive a confirmation email. If you don't receive that confirmation email, please check your spam folder. If you have any trouble uploading your application, please reach out to myself, Mindy. My email is mindy.arndt@oceanic.org. Now I will turn it back to Melinda to go over judging and next steps.
All right, thank you, Mindy. So we have a selection committee of 16 judges who represent various sectors and parts of the industry. Each category will be assigned a minimum of 3 judges, and no judge has more than 3 to 4 categories to ensure that they give each nomination its careful consideration. So all judges' scoring must be completed by early January, and finalists will be notified by mid-February. Now, when you're notified as a finalist, a lot of times we get the question, okay, but now what do I do? So once you've received notice of being a finalist, there are a few things that we encourage you to think about or work on. One is please keep Oceantic notified of any updates relevant to your submission. 2, we encourage you to promote yourself being a finalist. We can provide you graphics. We're happy to provide a quote for a press release. We want to encourage you to start sharing that good word and getting some branding there for yourself. We ask you to also identify a point of contact to coordinate in preparation for the Ventus Gala, which is happening in April, as a point of contact for the evening of the gala. We need to know who would come up to receive the award should you win. That's something that you can identify a little bit closer to the gala, but something you should start thinking about. And finally, you will need to purchase your own Ventus Gala ticket and book your hotel room. So for the first time, the Ventus Gala, where finalists will be honored and winners will be announced, will take place in conjunction with IPF. It will take place on Tuesday, April 29th at the Virginia Beach Convention Center. So this still remains a cocktail black tie event, and there will be a champagne reception, an awards dinner, and then a dessert reception. Finalists will receive a discount code to one Ventus Awards ticket. And on the right, you can see a list of hotels where Oceantic has a room block for both IPF and the Ventus Gala. So I put a little asterisk next to the DoubleTree, noting that that is the closest hotel to the convention center and thus where the gala will be taking place. However, any of these hotels are great. We will have shuttle buses running to all the major hotels throughout the evening. So you can find more information on hotels and tickets to the gala at 2025ipf.com or ventusgala.com. Before I open it up to questions, again, you'll see the little button, Q&A button on the right. You're welcome to drop questions in now. But I wanted to address a couple of really frequent questions that I often get. The first one is, are the awards only open to US-based companies? No. All companies, organizations, and individuals are encouraged to submit nominations, regardless of where your company headquarters or the project is located. Second, can you apply to more than one category? Yes. There's no limit to the categories you could submit or even the number. If, for example, there are multiple Next Wave individuals at your company that you want to nominate, you can submit more than one application for an award. Again, I just encourage you that and remind you that any one submission can only be submitted once per the award category. So multiple people shouldn't be submitting the same exact document. Next is, are self-nominations allowed? Absolutely. You may submit on behalf of another individual, company, or group, or you can self-nominate for any category. Next, is there a cost to submit for nominations? Currently, there are no submissions or fees for submissions. And finally, the last question I usually get is, when will winners be announced? So as I mentioned, finalists will be notified the end of February, and finalists will be made public, or we will make that list public shortly thereafter. We want to make sure we give you all time to prepare. And then all winners will be announced at the 2025 Ventus Gala, which, as I mentioned, will be taking place April 29th in Virginia Beach, and everyone who submitted is welcome to attend. So with that, I will open it up to any questions. Should we have any? I don't see any, but I'll give you a minute just to drop in case. All right. If you do have questions, you are always welcome to email me. Let me go back. So this is my email. You're welcome to email me anytime, and we can either schedule a call or happy to just answer your questions via email. So let me check one more time. All right, no questions. That's great. That means we're getting you the information you need. Final few reminders before we wrap up. First, thank you for attending. We hope that this webinar has provided you with a greater understanding of the awards and the submission process and how you can help yourself stand out. As a reminder, this webinar has been recorded and we will share it with you. On behalf of Oceantic, we appreciate your interest in the awards and through your submissions, the way that is helping showcase the amazing work that the industry is doing to move forward. One final reminder is that the normal deadline for submissions is November 1st. However, we are giving all webinars attendees advance notice that we are extending the deadline to November 10th. So basically November 10th, midnight Eastern time. Also, mark your calendars for the gala on April 29th. You can purchase your individual tickets or a full table at ventusgala.com. And again, if you have any questions, please contact me at melinda.ski@oceantic.org. We look forward to receiving your submissions and connecting with you both at 2025 IPF and the Ventus Gala in April. Thank you, everyone.